the first person to defeat Kyu Shimizu, known as the Empress. She'd been undefeated from her debut, the Japanese fighter. And then she lost to Grace Lau in Salzburg 2 years ago in October 2017. And then 4 months later, she did it again in Dubai. Only the second loss of Shimizu's career. So Grace Lau, certainly a great pedigree. She performed that Anan very well. She needs anything above 24, literally above 24, to see her through. And if she does get anything above 20, there we go, 25.88. How about that? The highest score we've seen so far today, edging out Teriana Donofrio's 25.26. Clear at the top of the group. And that means that, fortunately, both Yasmin Yutna and Puong Nguyen get through, having been dead level. How about that? Disappointment, though, for Alexandra Ferracci. Coming up just short. 24 points, very creditable. That would have got her through the other groups, but not this one. So the 8 competitors from Group C come back out for the official announcement of qualification.
Pass for the next round. Hong Kong, China.
Grace Lau, 25.88 with that beautiful Anan.
United States of America.
That was Sakura Kokumai with the Kururunfa, 24.68. Yasmin Yutna with the Unsu.
Vietnam.
Puong Nguyen with the Papuren. Both of those two getting 24.26. Thank goodness they got through. Imagine not getting through purely on account back of scores that had been knocked off. That would have been very tough. 7 judges. The middle 3 count. Top 2 and bottom 2 don't count, but they do in a count back, and that would have been tough for Nguyen, but she got through. Bitter goal, though, for Alexandra Ferracci, who walks off with a steely stare. She didn't make it through to the next round here at the beautiful Katara Beach in Qatar. So we get a wave from the people out in the bay. The beach has been closed, obviously, because it's a little bit busy at the moment. We have 14 different sports. Beach soccer, beach tennis, beach volleyball, some of the big ones that are being played here and at other beaches. But here we have the beach soccer and the beach tennis. Other sports coming up. We've got 2 days worth of karate. This is the first time, as I said, first time that karate is being performed on a beach. And then 2 days of that, followed by 2 days of beach wrestling. So if you like my voice, you can listen to that on Monday and Tuesday. Bouldering is another sport that we're having in. Basketball 3-on-3, which is fast and furious. It's actually on a court alongside the beach. Don't worry, they don't have to bounce it on the beach. That'll be a bit difficult. They have to pack the sand down pretty hard. So, Group D. This one has a couple of rank outsiders, one from Qatar, one from Botswana, a Malaysian as well, but then we have the incredible Sandra SANCHEZ. Unbeatable, unbeaten, unparalleled. Perhaps out come the 8 competitors alongside the 8 judges, and I will let the stadium announcer present them to you.
Representing Morocco, AGALMAM. Representing Botswana, Mangua.
Entle MAUNGWA, not ranked. Before that we had Sanae AGALMAM, African champion. Celine Lee, number 86 in the world from Malaysia.
Tumastiluha representing Australia. Sampani.
Iona Sampani, number 40 in the world.
Representing Italy. Casale.
Carola Kazale, number 32 in the world.
Tumastiluha representing Turkey. ELTEMUR.
Dilara ELTEMUR, number 8 in the world. A likely
Tumastiluha
qualifier.
representing Saud, Qatar.
Mona Saudam, a rank outsider, but lovely to see her here. And then
representing
the world champion,
Sanchez.
Sandra SANCHEZ. Perhaps one of the best karateka, perhaps the best karateka that the world has ever seen. She has not been off the podium since 2017. Can you believe that? The last time she was off a podium was at the end of 2016. January 2017, performed in an event, was on the podium, and she has been on the podium every time since then. An incredible performer. So this is the last group of 8. Another 4 will get through, and we will be through to 16 for the second round. Beautiful shots of the boats out in the bay. A little bit of wind out. It'll be lovely to be out on the bay today, but it's just as lovely to be here at Katara Beach. Just the second day of the first ever beach games. They were due to be held in San Diego. San Diego had to pull out. Couldn't get the finances. Qatar could. Qatar very much becoming a sporting hub. Soccer World Cup is just 2 years away. Qatar showing that they can put on an event, and how. Just a week after the athletics as well, held here in Doha. And they've put up infrastructure at the drop of a hat, pretty much. And here we have Sanae AGALMAM, the African champion, number 18 in the world. She will be performing the Gojushiho show that we saw just a few minutes ago. That was performed by Andrea Armada. Difficult one, lots of attacking moves. Interesting to see how she performs it. Just 21 years old, but she's already African champion, born in Tangier. She'll be turning 22 next month. She was the gold medalist in the African Beach Games this year in Sal, and at the African Games held just a couple of months ago in Rabat. It's another event under the ANOC banner, the Association of National Olympic Committees, that was co-hosted by the Association of African National Olympic Committees. AGALMAM was a gold medalist in Qatar there. So she can do it on the beach, she can do it on the flat, in the gym. crowd certainly getting behind her. It's been a dynamic performance. Obviously between North Africa, Morocco, and here in the Gulf, there is the religious affiliation. It's all part of the Arab world, and the fans here were very happy to cheer on Sanae AGALMAM of Morocco. Dynamic performance of that Gojushiho Show, which is a dynamic kata. Anyway, crisp movements. The judges, I reckon, are going to give her at least a 24. Come on, judges, prove me right. No. Well, 22.88. The fans liked it. Your commentator liked it. The judges have marked her down. Perhaps showing lack of solidity in the breathing. There's disappointment etched on her face. You can see that 22.88 isn't likely to get you through. Now, having said that, this group has got a lot of outsiders.
Total points 22.88.
We have to bear in mind that these are different judges as well. Judges are swapped in and out between the groups. She's walked off looking very disappointed. Perhaps 22.88 is worth 24 from other judges. And then she'll be hoping to finish ahead of the likes of Mona Saudam of Qatar, Entle MAUNGWA of Botswana, Celine Lee of Malaysia. But then if one of Iona Sampani of Australia or Carola Kazale can get through, then, well, that will put the cat amongst the pigeons. Now we have one of those outsiders, but performing the same kata. Don't know which Gojushiho is going to be, the sho or the do. But this is Entle MAUNGWA of Botswana. So we'll see if it's the Gojushiho sho or the dai. Maybe a combination of the two. Entle MAUNGWA of Botswana. Difficult to tell from that. Botswana have a couple of representatives in the kata in the men's offense. Bakwadi will be hoping at least to make it through to the second round. Entle MAUNGWA, who we're watching here, got a bronze at the African Championships in the individual kata. Beating off some fancied opposition in the likes of Caitlin Martin of Namibia and Maxine Willemse of South Africa. Ended up losing to eventual champion Sarah Sayed of Egypt, who's a big name in karate, big name in kata. Good performance. She used a fair bit of the 8x8, and it's going to be interesting to see where the judges rank this compared with Sanae AGALMAM, who performed something very similar just minutes earlier and was given a mere 22.88. So let's see where the judges are placing, see whether they're strict judges in general, or, yeah, I think they are, because 21 is pretty tough on Mangua, and that puts Sanae AGALMAM's 22.88 into a bit of perspective.
Total points 21.0.
Well, she's all smiles as she goes off. Entle MAUNGWA, African bronze medalist. So that gives us some perspective on Sanae AGALMAM getting 22.88. That could be enough to get her through. Won't be anywhere near enough in the previous group. 24 was the cut-off point. 22.88 might be enough. Next up, Celine LEE of Malaysia. Not to be confused with the country music star Celine LEE in the Texas 3. But she is number 3 today. Papuren. The crane is what she is performing. Number 86 in the world. And she got a gold medal in the Qatar at the Southeast Asian Games. That was 2 years ago, the last time it was held in Kuala Lumpur, so on home soil for her. It's going to be held again in a couple of months' time in the Philippines. Crisp performance of the Papuren from SEA Games gold medalist Celine LEE. That's the Southeast Asian Games. It's only around 14 countries involved. So this is going to be interesting to see where the judges put it in relation to Sanae AGALMAM's. Well, it's just ahead of her. Edged her out by 23. I thought this one would be an interesting marker. And she's edged out the African champion by 0.12. So she is now in the running for qualification. 5 still to come. If only 3 do better than her, she's through to the next round. Sanae AGALMAM is going to struggle here. We have the world #1 and the world #8 still to come. Plenty of quality as well in the likes of Karola Kazale and Iona Sampani, whom we're about to see from Australia. She's going to do the Anandai. And here comes Iona Sampani. That's what she's performing. Expressing herself very vocally, like a good Aussie. There are some Australians in the crowd. There's a Southern Cross flag. Watching here at Katara Beach. She finished second in the Oceania Championships this year. Those were held back in April. Well, maybe lacking in a little bit of balance, and she's finished way off centre. Can't quite see it, but she's churned up a lot of the sand in a diagonal direction away from the centre. And I think that's going to cost her. It was a dynamic performance. 22.88. It's dead level with Sanae AGALMAM. And obviously, she's been put as ranked #2. So that has her on countback. She's edged out Sanae AGALMAM. So obviously the top 2 and bottom 2 scores that she got were better than AGALMAM. So AGALMAM, I can tell you now, is not going to make it through. Unless a sandstorm blows in here, there's no way she's making it through, because she's currently 3rd out of 4. And we still have Dilara ELTEMUR and Sandra SANCHEZ to come. So good performance there from Iona Sampani. second. You'd expect her to be overtaken by ELTEMUR and Sanchez. It'll be interesting to see what Carola Kazale can do. She is going to come out with the Anandai, as we've just seen from Iona Sampani. Karola Kazale of Italy, ranked number 32 in the world, so 8 places ahead of Iona Sampani. That's how she performs the Anandai. Italy making good on their youth policy. We've already seen Italiana Donofrio. She's 22, her brother's 24. And then Carola Kazale has won plenty of medals. Recent under-21 championships. Gold medals in the under-21s this year at the European Youth Championships. They were held in February. Well, I fancy she was a little more accurate than Iona Sampani. Whether the complexity of the moves was there remains to be seen. The judges will be the judge of that. And any second now we'll find out. 24.88. Well, yes, there we go. That certainly puts the cat amongst the pigeons. We've had some very, well, I would say, parsimonious scores from the judges in this round up until now, but there we go. Karola Kazale, 24.88. She, we can categorically say, is through to the next round.
24.88.
Delight, once again, the Italians are doing incredibly well today. They've been very well coached, obviously, in the specificities of performing on the beach. It's difficult with the foot movements. Might be something that certain people will prefer. It's a softer ground for you to work on rather than in the gym or on the mat. And the Italians are certainly making the best of the conditions here. That's 2 that we're going to have through to the last 16, and they're not just edging through, they're cruising through. Italiana Donofrio and Carola Kazale performing very different kata. Donofrio was the kururumfa, and there we had the say the basic. It's not the bread and butter. It's what you have to learn first. The Anan Dai, and she performed it beautifully. Carola Kazale. I was worried whether it was all there. It obviously was. So, Suparimpei is what Dilara ELTEMUR is going to be performing. To the general surprise, she is number 8 in the world. Superimpei is what got Monsicha Taratanakul through in Group B. Superimpei is the one that has the jumps forward and the semicircular forms. Apparently contains 36 moves on 3 levels. If you multiply 36 by 3, that gives you 108, which is a sacred number, the sacred number in Buddhism. Dilara finished 5th in the A series in Santiago last month. Three third-place finishes earlier in the year. A series in Salzburg, European Championships, and the Premier League in Rabat. I think she thinks she's done enough. Be up to the judges to decide. And the judges have her just behind Carola Kazale. So that will be enough to get her through. She's second with only 2 to come. 24.2.
Total points 24.20.
So good performance from her, nothing particularly standout, but a good one. We now have Mona Saudam of Qatar, the Gojushiho Show that we saw Sanae AGALMAM perform disappointingly earlier in this group. Looks like she's going to finish 6 out of 8. The African champion. And then last, but by no means least, we will have Sandra SANCHEZ, seemingly unbeatable Spaniard. So a big round of applause for Mona Saudam, representing the home country and performing the Gojushiho Show. Warm round of applause from the crowd for the home favourite, Mona Saudam. See how the judges score that. She's not expected to be amongst the top 4 qualifiers. Let's hope she's solidly in the 20s. 20.74, just behind Entle MAUNGWA.
Total points 20.74.
So now we have the one that everyone has been waiting for, and she's going to perform the Kururunfa, the queen of Kata, Sandra SANCHEZ Jaime. Not been off a podium for the last 3 years, 2017, 2018, 2019. Wherever she takes part, she at least makes it onto the podium. "37 years old. She was written off a few years ago as being too old. And now she is peaking at just the right time for Tokyo. 5 straight European titles. World champion. #1 in the rankings by far. She is clear at the top on 7,972 points, 800 clear of Shimizu, whom I mentioned earlier. Was only defeated a couple of times by Grace Lee. So Shimizu is the empress, but Sandra SANCHEZ is the queen. They are 2,000 points clear of anyone else and 3,000 clear of Grace Lee. Holding and striking suddenly is the Kururunfa. Just watch this performance.